In this turbulent month, the Shabalalas are on the brink of collapse, and nothing is as it seems. Joy is fleeting, loyalties are tested, and secrets unravel with devastating consequences. Nkhobako's lifelong dreams become nightmares as betrayal and ambition threaten to tear his world apart. Fakazili's heart wrestles between love and loyalty, while Nomsa fights a battle against accusations that could destroy her. Shadows of the past clash with hopes for the future, leaving no one unscathed. Amid a storm of revelations, feuds, and heartbreak, one question lingers: how far would you go to protect your truth? On Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025, episode 183 unveils a bittersweet turn of events. Fakazili's joy is abruptly overshadowed by a storm of challenges as Mshengu offers Nkhombako an opportunity he's longed for his entire life. But the question looms, will Nkhombako seize it? Meanwhile, the once thriving Shaba Snacks is now teetering on the edge of collapse, setting the stage for turmoil. This episode leaves viewers on tenterhooks, wondering how each character will navigate their mounting struggles. Thursday, the 2nd of January 2025, brings us episode 184, where bold decisions collide with uncertainty. Katazili takes a daring step regarding Donga's future, a move that could either strengthen or fracture the family's unity. Makazi, ever determined, plans to take charge of the unruly Shabalalas. Amidst the chaos, Nomsa provides Mshengu with a flicker of hope just when he's ready to give up, leaving us guessing whether this beacon of optimism will prevail. On Friday, the 3rd of January 2025, episode 185, titled Double Trouble O, ratchets up the tension as Nkhombako and Nomsa face a rift after Nomsa's secret maneuver to push Mshengu into backing Nkhobako's bid for CEO. As mistrust brews, Fakazili and Nkhombako scramble to salvage their reputation with SA Airwaves, but their desperate efforts beg the question: will it be enough to secure redemption, or will they spiral further into despair? Monday, the 6th of January 2025, marks the release of episode 186, aptly titled Falling Apart. Nkhombako unravels upon discovering Nomsa's hidden truths, leaving him teetering on the brink of emotional collapse. As his personal life crumbles, Makazi pushes forward with Lobola negotiations, an endeavor that promises to bring its own share of complications. The episode sets a suspenseful tone, leaving the audience wondering how Nkhombako will confront the wreckage of his life. Tuesday, the 7th of January 2025, ushers in episode 187, Innocent Until Proven Guilty. Nomsa's full confession shakes Nkhombako to his core, leaving him grappling with a truth too harsh to bear. Meanwhile, Mshengu stuns everyone with a shocking revelation about Fakazili's Lobola negotiations, and Donga's attempt to apologize to Mshengu backfires spectacularly. This emotionally charged episode pulls viewers deeper into the storm. On Wednesday, the 8th of January 2025, episode 188 unfolds with a heavy dose of drama. In Nothing Happened, Nomsa and Nkhobako's strained relationship shows no signs of relief, while Donga's absence from work adds a new layer of frustration. Amid the chaos, Fakazili dares to dream bigger about her wedding, planting seeds of hope amidst the turmoil. The episode keeps audiences questioning whether reconciliation is possible. Thursday, the 9th of January 2025, delivers episode 189, The Fall and Fall of Nkhobako's Marriage. Nkhobako's anguish intensifies as he juggles a whirlwind of crises, while Mamtunu's heartfelt explanation to Mshengu reveals a side of Nkhombako that yearns for love, recognition, and understanding. The poignant moments clash with escalating tensions, drawing viewers into the raw emotional undercurrents. Friday, the 10th of January 2025, ushers in episode 190, A Lesson Not Learned. Nomsa's attempts to convince the Shabalalas of her innocence only deepen their distrust, while Donga's apology to Fakazili quickly spirals into a new request that leaves her conflicted. The web of deceit tightens, leaving audiences to wonder if any resolution is in sight. Monday, the 13th of January 2025, episode 191, Broken Promises, brings a gripping narrative where Nomsa's return home sparks fresh conflicts as she refuses to shoulder blame for alleged misdeeds. Meanwhile, Menzi faces probing questions from Detective Nomshado, leaving his secrets perilously close to exposure. Each thread in this episode leaves audiences dangling in suspense. Tuesday, the 14th of January 2025, in episode 192, Choose Me, sees Fakazili cross boundaries that alter her relationships irrevocably. Mashengu's offer to Nkubeko appears too good to be true, while Donga's suspicion casts a shadow over the proceedings. The drama crescendos as Nkubeko deliberately excludes Nomsa from a pivotal moment, amplifying the stakes. The tension peaks on Wednesday, the 15th of January 2025, with episode 193, The Boy in a Tree, where the Shabalalas' mind games with Fakazili's future push her to make an unthinkable choice. Nkubeko's desperate plea for Fakazili to reconsider her decision is met with rejection, leaving the audience holding their breath as events spiral out of control. On Thursday, the 16th of January 2025, episode 194, You Had Your Chance and Blew It, showcases a dramatic unraveling. Nomsa's emotional outburst disrupts Mashengu's crucial pitch, turning it into a spectacle. The explosive confrontation between Menzi and Nkubeko over Fakazili takes a physical turn, leaving the audience anticipating the fallout. Friday, the 17th of January 2025, unleashes episode 195, Nomsa's gut-wrenching punch. A day that Nkubeko has dreamed of his entire life turns into an unmitigated disaster. Menzi, for what feels like the 100th time, fails to grasp why Fakazili remains entangled in the deceitful web spun by the Shabalalas. As truths collide and tempers explode, this episode leaves viewers wondering who will survive the wreckage of betrayal. Monday, the 20th of January 2025, presents episode 196, If Zandal Be the Murderer, where the family reels from a harrowing revelation by Nomsa. Her bombshell exposes a truth so unbearable that it threatens to unravel every bond. Fakazili, now staring into the eyes of her new reality, cannot fathom the truth. She has married a murderer. This episode pulls no punches, delivering heartbreak and jaw-dropping twists. Tuesday, the 21st of January 2025, continues with episode 197, The Judgment Day, as the consequences of Nomsa's revelation ripple through the family. With bitterness in her voice, she vows to sever ties with her husband completely. Meanwhile, Menzi and Fakazili's clashes over the Shabalalas deepen into unrelenting warfare, leaving audiences on edge about who will emerge unscathed. On Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025, episode 198, You Are Dead to Me, unleashes a maelstrom of blame and fury. Mamtunu, overwhelmed by grief, points an accusing finger at Fakazili, claiming she is at fault for the fatal rivalry between her sons. As emotions reach a boiling point, Mamtunu's decision to burn her connection to Nkubeko strikes a devastating chord. Meanwhile, Ndumiso's disappointment with Sibusiso and Toba simmers, creating a tense undercurrent. Thursday, the 23rd of January 2025, brings the fiery episode 199, Baptism of Fire. Nkubeko is plunged into an inferno of accusations and recriminations, a test of his strength unlike any he's faced before. Nomsa, unable to endure the turmoil, flees from the chaos. Meanwhile, Ndumiso encounters Matshidiso, an enigmatic figure who seems like an angel amidst his despair. The sparks of new connections ignite curiosity for what's to come. Friday, the 24th of January 2025, offers a chilling turn with episode 200, You Have Blood on Your Hands. Katazili faces backlash from an irate Mamtunu, who unleashes her fury with scathing precision. As Fakazili's once bright future grows dim with uncertainty, Nkobeko confronts his worst nightmare. Meanwhile, Shaba Snacks teeters closer to its demise, leaving the audience in suspense about whether the family business can be salvaged. Monday, the 27th of January 2025, ushers in episode 201, Live by the Sword, Die by the Sword. Mamtunu revels in her enemy's downfall, but Donga feels an unsettling unease about the turn of events. Fakazili contemplates a life-altering decision that could redefine her future, but Makazi's cautionary words loom ominously. Meanwhile, Toba's warning to Ndumiso about curbing his optimism strikes a poignant note. Tuesday, the 28th of January 2025, unveils episode 202, You're Dead to Me. Nkobeko grapples with the suffocating weight of his confined reality, haunted by his choices. In parallel, Toba steps in to comfort Didi after Katazili's cutting remarks, igniting a moment of tenderness amidst the chaos. This episode serves as a reminder of the power of human connection, even in the darkest times. On Wednesday, the 29th of January 2025, episode 203, Blood of My Blood, sees Donga finally summon the courage to stand by Nkobeko when everyone else has abandoned him. Amidst the fractured relationships, Ndumiso discovers that Matshidiso's allure runs deeper than her beauty, leaving him captivated. The episode leaves viewers questioning who will prove their loyalty and who will falter. Thursday, the 30th of January 2025, presents episode 204, A Mother's Fight. Doreen stands ready to battle the Shabalalas with unrelenting ferocity to save her beloved Nkobeko. Meanwhile, Mamtunu, fearful of history repeating itself, does everything in her power to keep Thoba and Sibusiso from following a doomed path. The stakes rise as the bonds of family are tested like never before. Finally, Friday, the 31st of January 2025, delivers episode 205, Murderer by Manipulation, a thrilling conclusion to the month's chaos. Mamtunu and Mishengu clash in an explosive confrontation that shakes the family to its core. Doreen fights tooth and nail to pull her son from the depths of despair. Meanwhile, Sibusiso confronts his mother, calling out her insensitivity toward Didi in a confrontation that lays bare raw and unfiltered emotions. The episode promises a jaw-dropping finale that leaves audiences desperate for more. Thank you for joining me on this roller coaster of drama. If you're as hooked as I am, hit like, share your wildest theories in the comments, and subscribe for more. Don't forget to turn on notifications, you won't want to miss a single twist. Stay tuned, my next video is starting now.